Hey folks, it's Brent with the Downing Group. Hey, this week we're going to talk about home inspections. There's several kinds of home inspections that we recommend or that we see done in a real estate transaction. Probably the most common is just a general home inspection. That's where you would want to hire a licensed home inspector or home inspector and somebody that your agent probably recommends. If you have a good agent anyway, they should know a very thorough and good home inspector. And they'll look at all the plumbing, the electrical, the roof to an extent, everything in a house in a general way. And usually a good home inspection on any house, even a new house, will generate multiple pages and pictures of deficiencies they found. And the severity could depend on, or it could run from just a minor issue like maybe something wasn't caulked properly to hey, the thing's about to fall in, go get a bulldozer and plow it over. Again, you want to make sure that you get a reference for a home inspector. Don't just pick one out of the phone book. The next most common one is a heating and air inspector, and all of these will save you a ton of money if you have them done if you're a buyer, and a seller. We'll talk about that in a minute, but of course they're looking at the entire inspection or the entire system for a home and just looking for proper operation, length of service, is there any issues coming up with it, like of course R22 was outlawed a few years ago, so if you've got a system that's like that, it may have to be replaced, and that could be a big cost for you as a buyer. There's of course termite inspections, pool inspections, foundation inspections, roof inspections. There's the health and hygiene type stuff like mold, asbestos, and so all those things, again, you want to make sure that you have a good reference for a good inspector in those areas. Now, if you're looking to sell your home, I get this question quite a bit. Should I have a home inspection done? And it depends. I guess I should have a disclaimer that I would never tell you not to, but it's more common to do home inspections for, pre-sale or for a home before you put it on the market for somebody who's never had a home inspection done on it, or you've lived in this house for 30 years and you don't have any idea what's going on with it. Homes that were built in the 60s and before, I almost always recommend that you do one prior to, just because what you don't want is for a buyer to come buy your house or put a contract on it and them do their inspection and find a whole litany of huge problems, because what that'll do is they're going to ask you to fix it if they stick around. A lot of buyers, when they see big issues, they just don't stick around. They get out of the contract, get their earnest money back. As a buyer, there's not a good reason not to have one, unless the only reason to not have a home inspection is if, like, you're buying a lot on the lake and it happens to have some old house on it that you're going to plow over and not even care about. But otherwise, always do a home inspection. And make sure you have a good inspector. People that think they're going to do real estate on their own don't realize how important this kind of stuff is. The ones that we recommend and use, our goal is for you not to have surprises after you move in. I've seen so many times where, a terrible home inspector will be hired by a buyer. They insisted on using their own, and then 2 weeks later they're calling us saying, hey, our air conditioner went out. Well, you used your own home inspector, your pal, your bud, or whatever. And one of the reasons we have so many 5-star reviews here is because, from past clients, is because we make sure that we protect you from that kind of stuff and put you in touch with the best. Those are some basics about home inspections, and should we have one, should we not? They do cost a little bit of money, but in the end, I think they're well worth it. And whether you're a seller or a buyer, if you have any questions, you don't know what to do, give us a call here at the Downing Group, or DM us on our Facebook page at the Downing Group on Facebook, and we'd love to help you navigate through that whole process, okay? All right, have a great week.